Okay, so here we go again, another Linux out of the box with Rocky Linux. So I'm doing these installations so you don't have to. So okay, so this as ever, 96XT, Ryzen 9, 32 gig of RAM and 1 terabyte storage. So what we'll do is we'll go through this and just see what you get out of the box. So if you're going from Windows or from Mac, or not, I was going to say another platform, but is there any other platforms? And you wanted to switch over to Linux, I'm just going through each of these sort of these distributions to see where we are. I mean, this is a pretty reasonably modern computer, 3 or 4 months old graphics card. So if you were going to go, okay, I'm going to commit to it, what can I do as a creator? Can I play games? Can I do word processing? Those kind of things. So I'm using Ventoy, which allows you to put 1 billion ISOs on your machine, and you can install. So it goes on a USB key. Really clever little app. I did a video on it, and basically if you use that, so you can do this. There we go. Rocky. I've got 9.5, but we'll do for 10, which is the latest release, and off we go. So yeah, install Rocky 10. Now, what is Rocky Linux? Well, Rocky Linux is is based off of Red Hat. I believe it's a Red Hat version. It was CentOS beforehand, and where you saw a lot of Rocky Linux was basically to do with DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve, you could download an ISO that was specifically built for, I think you can still get it, specifically built for, DaVinci Resolve, and then basically you'd install it and then you'd have a machine set up ready to go, but they're still stuck on 8.5. I don't think you can do it with 10. You'd have to upgrade. Anyway, so I'm selecting my drive. Basic stuff here on installation. I've been putting loads of operating systems over it, so delete all, reclaim. So if you're going to a clean drive, this is fine. Create a root account. And this is something that certain distros get around, which is great. Just call it admin. I mean, I think it's a very Linuxy thing calling it root, but if you call it admin, people would understand what it really meant, and it would be a bit more crossover. Now, I think it's Manjaro, which is an Arch-based distribution, actually does that. So yeah, so there's a few things that you need, to sort of make it more comfortable for a normal user to use. Now I'm gonna stop recording, and I'm gonna speed this up because this otherwise will kill us waiting for this to complete. Okay, there you go. I sped that up. 2,000 times speed, so it's 500 frames a second. So it takes a bit of a while. I can't see. Is it pulling stuff down from the cloud? Configuring? No, it's not. It's just literally doing it off the drive. Installing, generating. Yeah, we're done. So reboot, and let's have a look. So this is one of these, I don't think it's specifically aimed at Windows or Mac people. It's specifically aimed at Unix people who want these kind of stable operating systems on their machines, and they've always used it. So it's not really, I don't think it's one that you'd switch over to. CentOS was, and it's really, from my world, I know it from DaVinci Resolve. So here we go, log in. And what have we got? Welcome to Rocky Linux Red Quartz. Should we take the tour? Let's take the tour. Let's begin. Very exciting. Get an overview, powerful search, stay organized in workspaces, swipe up and down, swipe left and right. And that's it. That's great. Don't show the point of that. Anyway, so how do I get to the toolbar? How do I get to the... oh, it's appeared. Here we go. That's great. How do I get to that? Okay, how do you get to that? How do you get to that? So click. Where is it? Okay. Top left. That's going to be annoying. Oh, that's going to be so annoying. I'm sure there must be a setting in here to not do that, because that's going to really be annoying. So yeah, okay, so personally, I'm just not a fan of that. I think that, that's not a particularly good thing from a human user perspective, having that over there. Maybe there's a fast key, but that would take a bit of getting used to. Let's see if there's any updates. No. What else have we got? How do I get you? See, I have to keep going over there. There must be a key to do this. I'm not going to spend the time learning it, but I would be annoyed if I had to learn it. Why can't you just put in the bottom left, top left, put a bar across the bottom, and do everything, everybody? There must be another way to set this up. Okay, so there we go. We've got a software shop. Let's have a look what we could get in it. Office. Nothing found. Okay. There must be. Okay. What are we missing? Install. There's something. Settings. So, okay, what do I got to do here then? Explore. Codex font support. Thunderbird. Remote view. Is that actually only just showing me what I've got installed? How do you get to the other stuff? Oh, I feel a Google coming on. I'm looking for LibreOffice, but that's not on there. So what have we got? What have we got? Yeah, so, okay, from a Windows Mac point of view, we're on complete fail now because I can't get, hang on, software repositories. I'm starting to go off the radar a bit here and look for stuff. And I'm starting to go into interfaces I shouldn't be going to. But I mean, I suppose if this is built to be super safe and you can't install anything, and you literally, like in a bank, you don't want anybody to install anything and you want them to use exactly what, here we go, I'm going for it. Firefox, here we go, yeah, so I'm Googling. How do I install software on Rocky Linux? Oh, and I can't spell, obviously. Oh, Steam, I've gone for Steam on Rocky Linux. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, if it was a bank and you don't want anybody to install anything or have access to anything, this is probably the way to do it. What's this saying? Sudo DNF Flatpak. Yeah, there's no it's not, the repositories aren't open as they're called. This is where all the software stores are. So I need to go into console, run that. Yeah, not great off the bat. Maybe there should be an option at the beginning that says, do you wish to install all these third-party bits? And maybe if not, I mean, if you think about it, if this was being used in a bank or an environment where you don't want anything extra, the IT guy would be installing it. So he'd know what you could put on it. So what have I got to add now? Paste. Okay, put that in there. That's the repository, isn't it? We might add Flathub. And then last bit. Let's see if it's gone in there. Updates. Spin that. Installed. Explore. Some more things appearing now. Work. Here we go. So it is opening up now. It's loading in more stuff. And we're getting proper, like, look at the repository of software you can get at Office. Is it on there? I want LibreOffice. I've tested on all the others. Only Office? Must be on there. What is WP Office? Don't know what that one is. Don't really want it. I'm just trying to do the same thing as I had on all of the rest of them. It's probably brilliant, that. It's probably way better than LibreOffice. LI. It's got to be there. Got to be there. LibreQuake, I can see. There it is. Okay, so put that on there. And now I think we want Steam. So that's going to start to install. And I want OBS as well. So let's try and find OBS. Here you go, OBS. Be there somewhere, hopefully. It's in the Flatpak store, so it must go in. Oh man, that's annoying. There must be a way to switch that off. And to rearrange the desktop. So, I mean, I want that thing up at the bottom all the time. So I like Pop OS is quite cool. Updates. Because Pop OS, it strips it in straight away. I like the KDE desktops where it's in the corner, it's more like windowy. And if you're Mac, you're used to everything being across the top, aren't you? And then you're having your toolbar at the bottom. So, I mean, it wouldn't be hard to sort of make this stuff feel more like other operating systems. I mean, I don't think they need to stamp their feet on uniqueness. It's just a matter of attracting, you know, other people to use these things. But yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful looking thing, a beautiful little operating system. It's just a bit, I'm finding it a bit tricky to move around it and get what I want. So let's try OBS, BS. There you go, OBS Studio. Put that on. Okay, and then Steam. I've got to get Steam on here somehow. So there you go. There's the Office has installed itself. It's a filing system. The usual stuff. Nothing exciting. Vento. And what I'm going to do whilst I'm waiting for OBS to install, I'm going to put my Resolve tester. See if we can get Resolve running on this. I doubt it'll install, but I don't have an NVIDIA card on this, so I've got an AMD card, so I doubt it will actually work properly. You never know though. So let's put that, resolve install, and I need to put some media. Okay, that's done. I need to put some media in the video folder, because when you install Resolve, it defaults to look at the video folder for media. So just going to put that in there so I can test. Okay, so that's on there. And what do I need now? I need Steam. Steam, there it is. Brilliant. So, okay, so that little bit of Googling at the beginning gives us, and finding those commands opens up to actually install other software. Yeah, I can see me clicking around there. I'm still thinking, how do I get rid of that thing in the corner? It's not natural. I'm sure people who use Rocky think it's the best thing since sliced bread, and it's amazing, but no, that doesn't really work for me. So, okay, now, let's see if it does this weird thing where when I launch, I'm going to reboot. Let's reboot. Should reboot, really. And I'll put that in there. And yeah, so I need to reboot. Got to install some stuff. I need to be fair. And then reboot, and then restart. And then, obviously, any changes that stuff's made to the operating system, they'll sort of stick. And then we'll come back when we get the reboot. Is it quick to reboot this thing? It is interesting. I'm testing it always on the same hardware, and some of them do boot really quickly, and some of them do take a bit of time. Something's failed up there. Okay, we're back in. And here we go. So let's try this. Let's try. Okay. Oh no. Hang on. What have I done? Yeah, no, I'm in. Okay, and we're into that thing. And let's try Office Writer. Boom, boom, boom. Perfect. I can now write documents. Let's try OBS. Now, some of the other installations, OBS installs with additional plugins, but I don't think this will. Now, it always does this test, and I think by default, when I see this, I think it means it hasn't detected hardware encoding, but we'll just have a look in the settings to see what it's picked up, because you never know what these things install. So I think it was Nobaro was quite clever, had a couple of extra codecs you could use, because the one you're looking for is, I think it's VAPI. For let's have a look what we got. Software. Let's go to advanced, see what's in there. Encoder X264. Oh, there you've got the VAPI one, but that's not all of them. I think it was Nobaro had a few more options. Let's just test it. So that one. And make sure we can, yeah, okay, share. That's a weird way of saying it. Hang on a minute. Share. Okay, that's a bit different, but it's done it. Share screen. I suppose that's built into its desktop sharing system. Okay, now here you go. I'm back into that. I'm clicking on that. And let's try Steam now. Will Steam launch? Hang on, what are we missing? Input game devices thing. Okay, let's ignore that. So this is the bit where you think it's not going to launch and you just sit here and wait. And as I've explained in other videos, what's going on behind the scenes is it's downloading a package. And when it's ready, it'll fire it up. But it doesn't give you any clues what's going on. You just like sit here like this now, and it's not, it doesn't tell you anything. So we'll see if it's desperately hunting around for a way to move that thing to the top left-hand corner and put it into somewhere else. And we got tour files. Not much more there, is there? Still no Steam. I'm sure it'll make a celebrity appearance in a minute. It's a bit frustrating. There's some of the distros that you do see the inloading thing, the downloading bit, which is really helpful. Oh, there it is. I saw it flash up. That's it. So it's downloaded the first bit, and we're in. Okay, and well, it's up. We're not in. So obviously just log in. That's quite good, because some of them don't get this far. They stop, and you have to restart them to get in. So let me just see if I can find that's it. QR code. And let's see what it does next. Is it going to load in properly? Okay. Loading user data. So what I normally do, because it's a quick download, I just install a thing called Dredge, game called Dredge, brilliant indie game. But just to see if we can not do any tweaking and literally run a game. hang on, where do I go? What am I, hidden friends? No, what am I doing? Small library, friends, account, friends, library. Hang on, am I missing a view there? No, look, oh, idiot. Right, okay. And then install, and we'll let that download. We probably continue, and here we go. Just looking through the games I've got on there. I've got way too many Steam games. And yeah, some of them I played once. I was thinking of what other games I could stick on these machines that people would play. I mean, the AAA titles, you need to do a bit of tweaking to get them to work with all their additional requirements. But I mean, Dredge is just a small download, and I can do it on the video as opposed to sort of cutting away, cutting back. What's that one? 17 visible hours. Idris Force. I played all of it. Oh my God. That's not my taste in games. There's some of the stuff jalopy. That looks good. I like the graphics. My son has access to this. My family have access to it, so I don't know what else has been put on here. Downloads, what we're doing. We're at 300 megs. Is there anything else on there that I might try and install on I might do a different game on the next distro or something like that, because I mean, I keep doing, but I've got to find one that's sort of like, Dredge is really, really easy because it gives you a really good clue. I mean, but some of these, I just don't want like a 12 gig download. So what have we got? So what's that? Spectrum Retreat. But I mean, there might be a better game. If anybody knows of a really good game to test out that's not a huge download, Universal Sandbox. My son was using this. It's really cool. Yeah, so it would be good to nearly there. Come on, we can do it. That's not going super fast, is it? Let's have a look around here then. Camera, files. That's a better way to, okay, I can do that, but how do I keep the menu up at the bottom? What's that dot mean? Okay. This is pretty tricky, isn't it? Settings. Let's have a look in settings. What can we do? Printers, privacy, accessibility, anything in there? Printers, no. Keyboard, mouse and touch. I know we can swipe or whatever it was. Gestures. There's some nice desktops in there. But still no way to move the thing for the top left. Appearance. What's an appearance at the top? No, let's not look at that. Display settings. I'm reaching now, aren't I? Is that maybe the same interface? Appearance, there it is. So, no. Settings. Okay, there we go. Dredge has installed itself. So what we should be able to do now is just click it and play it, if all goes well. So give it a sec. And we have a giant green screen. Okay, that's not brilliant. That's obviously some kind of graphical thing going on there. Yeah, so well done. I mean, I've done this on every single thing. It's the same process, is to download that game, just click run like a normal user without having to do any fiddling. And I've never had that yet. So I don't know. I mean, I have it not work. I've had black screens, but not a green one. So that's pretty cool. So now I'm feverishly behind the scenes trying to work out how to reboot it. Yeah, because I mean, when they go to black, and sometimes it's actually still running, and you can bring up if you hit the keyboard, the calculator button on the keyboard, it fires up the display, but that's literally killed it. So let's just go back in again, and that's a bit of a total fail on gaming on Rocky, sadly. But I mean, me knocking it, that's a beautiful operating system. It's beautifully well, and the people who look after it, hats off to you. But I don't think this very much is one that if you were switching, there are other distros which are easier to do, and there still are potential for DaVinci Resolve. I mean, the only reason I did look at this is because of the history it has with DaVinci Resolve, and I've set up machines before with the older version, and they work brilliantly. And obviously, if you're in a post-production facility and you don't want anybody fiddling with machines, this sort of like locking it off is quite good. So what I'm doing here is chmod, which will basically allow the installer to run and give it permissions to run, and now just run it. And to do this, you need the DaVinci Resolve zip file. in the downloads folder. You can't put it in another folder. It has to be, both those files have to be in the download folder for this to work. So what I'll do now, it identifies, it's Red Hat based. See, there you go, I was right. It identifies it and tries to make some adjustments or download the right, what are they called? The right dependencies that it needs. So I'll get to a point in a minute and it will sort of just launch. See, I'm still clicking around. I'm still trying to work out how to get rid of that thing in the corner. That's so annoying. Sorry, Rocky Linux team. That's just, comment below. How do I, oh, and we're in. Okay, so yeah, so it comes up, pops up, put the agreement, do that, show details, we've got something to watch. Now, I'm using an AMD card. If you are using NVIDIA with the right drivers, this will work. But because I'm using an AMD card, it just won't work because there's a thing called OpenCL that it needs, and it just doesn't get installed. I mean, as I've said in other videos, I've got to work out how to automate that process for people. So it gives you some options down the bottom. I'm just going to skip that. A lot of those I put in there for like diagnostics and if you had problems. So let's do 3. And obviously I don't get a desktop. You don't get a desktop icon, do you? So where's that gone? I have 2 now, aren't I? Yeah, I've got 2. So one of those is going to launch here. Continue. Skip. So it's installed okay. And it should fail on the graphics card, but it depends on how gracefully. There you go. So if I'd have got a graphics card driver that was working great, it doesn't even see it, that would have worked perfectly. So with an NVIDIA driver. But yeah, okay, all right. So yeah, so that's Rocky Linux 10. You know, I think it was one of those, this is one of those distros that's great for certain things, but if you're switching over from Mac or Linux or Windows, I don't think this is the way to go, sadly. But it's brilliant for those who need this kind of stuff. Anyway, we'll do some more distros. Thanks for watching.